Let's talk about rational expressions. So rational expressions are similar to rational numbers. Rational number being what? 7/3 is an example of a rational number. A rational number is a quotient of two integers. So it's always something like a over b, b, of course, not 0. Rational number. What about a rational expression? It's a quotient not of integers, necessarily, but of polynomials. The polynomial on the bottom, of course, is not 0. An example of a rational expression is this one right here. Rational expression. Circle this again. Okay. So let's actually deal with this example. And we want to put it in lowest terms. Just like with rational numbers, every rational expression can be expressed in lowest terms. Let's talk about lowest terms. Let's go back and talk about lowest terms of a rational number. Here's a good example, 10 over 22. Express this in lowest terms. To do that, you need to factor, again, factor completely, the numerator and the denominator. They factor like that, and what you can cancel any common factors. The 2's cancel, and what's left is 5 over 11. This is lowest terms. The lowest terms expression, the lowest terms representation of 10 over 22. Let's do the same for this rational expression. We factor completely the numerator, difference of squares, so it's x plus 5 times x minus 5. The bottom you can factor out x. And we do have a pair of common factors to cancel. What remains then is simply x plus 5 over x. No more common factors to cancel. And this is in lowest terms. We want to perform all the operations that we can perform on rational numbers. For example, we want to apply addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of rational expressions. To do division of rational expressions, let's go back and look at division of rational numbers. Here's a good example. 2/5 divided by 10/7. This is equivalent to a multiplication problem. It's equivalent to 2/5 times 7/10. I'm doing the reciprocal, right? The reciprocal of the dividing rational number. 10/7 becomes 7/10. Now, to multiply two rational numbers, we can multiply the two numerators together and the two denominators. So it says, simplify our result. our final answer needs to be in lowest terms. And we need to see if there are any common factors. Factor the top, it's already factored. Factor the bottom, 5 is prime, 10 breaks up as 2 times 5, and we cancel the 2's that are in common. So we're left with 7 over 5 squared, which is the same as 7 over 25. Let's make this note. Sometimes the directions will say the following. They may want our final answer in factored form. So to do that, you would stop right here. This is your final answer. It's simplified, but in factored form. Or even better, we would want to write it as, here's an even better way to do it, 7 over 5 squared. Let's use that. Seven over 5 squared. Now let's divide two rational expressions. Let's do this problem. Problem number 30. Same instructions as the previous example. This time, instead of rational numbers, we have rational expressions. Let's do this division. It turns into a multiplication problem. It's the top expression times, remember, times the reciprocal of the bottom rational expression. It equals that product. And again, we can now multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. Okay? And now we need to simplify. This rational expression must be in lowest terms. Are there any factors in common? Well, looking at it right now, we don't see any. But of course, to know for sure, we have to completely factor the top and bottom. Just factor x squared minus 9 factors as x plus 3 times x minus 3. And we see, yes, we do have common factors. The x plus 3 or the 3 plus x, same as x plus 3. They cancel, and we're left with 9x squared over 3 minus x times x minus 3. And let's write this. See, 3 minus x is the same as the negative of x minus 3. We can factor minus 1 out. So we will substitute that in for 3 minus x in our problem. And our final answer then needs to be in factored form. We keep it in factored form. Put the minus in front of the fraction. The numerator is 9x cubed. The denominator, x minus 3 quantity squared. That's our very final answer.